they've not actually picked it up in the AIC as of yet.
Well, you know, these guys are pretty good. I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, they're pretty solid, aren't they?
Yeah. Doing okay. I mean, you know, the finals, you know, the big work.
I know.
100K, whatever.
Hailed is the best team, you know?
100K, whatever. You know? 100K, by the way.
Yeah.
Violet's still open, though, for GameTV if they opt to choose it, and that would leave them with a very squishy lineup with their tanks, in inverted commas, being Ryoma and Zuka.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough spot for them.
Thane up if they opt to swap it out, but no, they're just going to lock in the Violet.
So, very squishy lineup. This should be a playing field for Chi-Chi. I mean, he was eager to get involved with Nakrov last time. Should be able to do the same on this Murad, assuming he doesn't get locked up by either Zuka, Ryoma, or Alice. Because if they land one of their crucial disruption skills, Chi-Chi will go fast, because what they lack in tankiness, this team makes up for in damage.
That is true.
You misstep, you are dead.
That's true. Serenia will probably be looking to back up the Murad on the engages, so watch out for that, because of course, if he drops down, he gets the heal zone and is able to just provide that front line on the aggression coming out from the Murad, as well as the Ormar just sort of running around, getting that stun bot ideals coming on through. Stuns from Ormar are really, really strong as well, remember. Alice isn't the only one with stuns in this game. There are plenty of others, and the Warrior will try and take to the Arena of Valor with the greatest of courage.
He's going to need a little courage coming out from GameTV. I'm still uncertain that this draft was the best they could produce against SMG in this Game 4 final. I'm not sold on it at the moment, but I would love to be proved wrong.
Yeah, I would love you to be proved wrong as well.
Yeah.
But it is going to be GameTV once more going up against SMG in this grand final of the AIC 2017. So far, it is a 2-1 advantage to SMG after taking a convincing win in game number 3. Game number 4, though, is ready to get underway, and with some changes to the pick ban phase, could GameTV be in with a shot?
Potentially, but they've got to be reeling from being so close to beating SMG to just being absolutely dominated in the previous game. Going to have some mental aspect to it that could prove to put them in a bad state of mind.
GameTV with a forwards position from their Alice, but otherwise very passive play across the board. They're just going to give that Sage buff over to Violet, who is playing in that jungle role. Alice actually going for the late invade, but could get collapsed on. This is the second time we've seen SMG actually collapse onto the jungle players. Pro could be caught out here. The stun is going to land onto Hanzo. They're just going to get out of that one, but the might buff doesn't go to GameTV.
So being able to retain over their buffs. Ormar, we said it last game, he's going to be circulating in that mid lane, getting vision, being almost the quasi-support of the team. He's going to be denied certain resources to do certain responsibilities for the team and take on a more defensive role that has been seen before with similar compositions.
Maintaining that pressure in the mid lane, something because of the rate at which the minion waves spawn that's happening is these mid laners with large amounts of burst damage are clearing these waves very, very quickly and are starting to roam around. As you can see, L'Oreal will just burst down that wave, go and take some jungle camps, try and maybe put some pressure onto a side lane and be able to get back before the wave crashes into each other. That's something that is something that happens in AOV just because of the rate of those spawns.
So it's interesting lane dynamics here. They've rotated around to the bottom lane with Zuka, Alice, and Violet. This tower should go down fast. Liang comes straight into the stun.
Oh, Alice lands it, but Henry takes a lot of damage. Hanzo able to trade the kill, but the first blood goes over to Henry, so the bonus gold is his with Abyssal Dragon on the cards as well. They have lost one of their tanks.
Right, here comes Genji and Chi-Chi.
Genji, one of the enemy tanks. There's the Murad to secure the kill on the Abyssal Dragon. The ultimate will do so, and the 3-man stun prevents anyone from GameTV going for that punish.
They don't even need to fight that. They go in when it's low, they stun. Murad uses the ultimate to secure it, and he dashes away. The stun's still going on, and you're left there trying to fight an Ormar, who's pretty tanky itself. He's still got heal available as well. He'll be able to walk out. So SMG, recognize they're weaker on that side of the map. They just lost a member of their team, but there still are ways to secure these objectives. And they're going with a creative Ormar and Murad play.
You better recognize, boys and girls, these SMG players aren't here to play around. This is a serious tournament, $100,000 bonus on the line. Obviously, whoever wins this doubles their current guaranteed paycheck, which is a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
A lot of moolah.
I'd be very happy if I was able to get that sort of money. Just
well, you've got to divide it by 5 though.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll still take that.
Yeah.
Oh no, only 20,000. That's okay.
Well, maybe you might say that.
Wow. Bit of BM. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Just a bit, but GameTV are going to have some of their own. As Liang
Layers
does get jumped on again, they're going to layer the CC down. The stun's coming through, but he has some CC of his own. He's going to be able to dodge away out of that, and Chi-Chi is going to turn it around. They haven't taken him down just yet. Finally, he's going to fall, but that's not going to matter as they do lose yet another player. Henry goes down on that Zuka. Chi-Chi is being such a nuisance at this point.
It looked so good for GTV. They had Airy exactly where they want them. They laid the CC perfectly. I would have actually liked to have seen maybe Pro delay the hissy fit going down until the CC had concluded. She didn't quite do that, so the silence wears off, allowing Airy to jump out. Plus, reinforcements came in, so with the mobility to get out the hissy fit and in on top of Bachan, he then bursting down enough with the stun, with her damage, for Chi-Chi to come in and just decimate the fight with the ultimate, and then they cleaned up by rotating back onto Henry.
There's the respawn on the Abyssal Dragon. See who is able to gain position on that, and at the moment, SMG have the man advantage. Obviously, the Spirit Sentinel is up as well, which is what GameTV are prioritizing. They will be able to take that one down. Zenial in the top lane does have his ultimate, remember. He will be able to jump in. Just came up there, and yeah, SMG are just going to be able to burst this down with the ultimate from Chi-Chi. He's able to take it down from pretty much 2,000 health at this point, so there's not really a chance you can get in there. For GameTV, especially if you're on the other side of the map, they will try and trade it off for a turret, but Genji has found himself a Zuka in the jungle. Liang trying to dash on. But
no,
mobility is just a little bit too strong.
No point in committing the cooldowns to that one on Zuka. He's mobile enough to get under the tower, and you've already seen that Ormar used his consistent stun. Obviously, he's got the RNG element from his passive, but he used the consistent one in the form of his swagger.
I'm just going to try and chase him down, but he's just going to walk away. Didn't even need to dash over the wall or feel the need to do so.
He
just stop trying to go for the pursuit. They do trade the turret in the top lane for the turret in the bot lane, so overall, very even trade going across. SMG with a mild advantage so far at 5.5 minutes.
Here comes Bachan. Stun misses, unfortunately, for PS Man.
They're going to go in. Genji and Hanzo trying to charge onto PS Man, but they're just going to get taken down. But Henry is finding himself in danger in the bot lane. Serenia, disciplined fallback there, could have gone for the chase, but he realized 2 of those members can be coming down. Alice and Violet were the ones to do so, so nice little disciplined fallback, just forcing Henry back off, letting him know, by the way, if you try and fight me again, I'll destroy you.
I think with the knowledge that there aren't many...
This is a super fast Dark Slayer.
Oh, it's Airy and Murad.
The advantage with Murad is the ultimate bursts it from such a high amount of health, and because the cooldown, you can pop it twice, but they don't even need to. They get the Dark Slayer, lose the tower in the bot lane, but they're not going to care because that Dark Slayer buff at 6 minutes is so impactful.
Well, if I'm being pedantic, it's
less impactful than late game, sure, but
it's the same impact as late game because it is percentage, so everyone is scaling up.
But the amount of experience you get from killing it is more
very
impactful
true.
Early game.
Very true, but that's never really the main factor of it. It doesn't matter. It's semantics at this point. Let's get back into the game.
I'm just trying to be pedantic. Don't worry. It's all right. But yeah, GameTV lose a massive objective on the map, and they're about to lose another as well. Abyssal Dragon will go down as Chi-Chi able to solo it out. The strength of Murad, paralleled by Lu Bu, potentially as the only other hero who can really do something like this. It's just so strong coming out from SMG. Their objective control 3. Oh, wow. Okay. Damage going across 3 Abyssal Dragons, 1 Dark Slayer. It's only 7 minutes into the game.
But not enough towers on the map at the moment for SMG. They haven't been able to convert it into the territory that is very important. Obviously, without gaining control of the map, you don't win the game. You can't get on the core if you don't take the towers. So now they need to work on getting those down.
But we know how SMG are good at doing this, and they just roll around. They've taken their neutrals. They're going to rotate, push the waves in. I imagine they're going to focus on the mid at the moment whilst trying to cut off the rotates themselves. themselves. You can see the wave is pressuring on in. You've got Murad in the sidelines, potentially looking to get onto Beichan. You've got the Spider Camp as well to charge up his auto attacks, to ready to go in and go for that ultimate, but instead they are just going to fall back and actually put some pressure in the bot lane. You can see Henry, only hero stood under there is Zuka with Zenial putting that pressure in.
Well, he's playing so far under his tower, and he has to because there's not enough information about where the SMG roster is. You see Ormar and L'Oreal in the mid lane. You just know Zenial just left, but he could have easily folded back on himself and went back into the jungle. In fact, he's lingering around just for a second to catch anyone who might be on the chase. Now, with no information of where SMG are, you have to be mindful of where you are pathing because, for all you know, they could be right next to Bachan right now. That's all for Bachan.
They have the same threat, though, if GameTV are in any one of those positions on the brush. I mean, Liang, way overextended here. Good thing he had vision, because if they'd have been in that Darkslayer side of the jungle, they could have jumped on and gone for a pick, and because of their
actually out of position when he's going aggressive, he's trying to recall. They might be able to interrupt it in time.
Meanwhile, Serenia does cancel the ultimate from Zuka. The stun comes through, and Beichan actually able to pick up the kill. Liang taken relatively low, but does get the heal from the Ormar, and XP will fall, so the trade comes through. But in the mid lane, Henry jumps on in. Hanzo needs to sustain on through. If he's able to get it, picks up the kill, tries to find another, but he's not quite able to dodge around the damage for long enough. 3 kills going over across the map for GameTV, as the mid lane turret still stands strong for GameTV.
It doesn't matter how mobile you are on the L'Oreal, if you're trying to avoid damage from Bachan, but you are not creating distance between you, it's just going to be auto attacks. They don't need to be aimed. They are lock on, they are point and click. And at this stage of the game, especially with a marksman is starting, the damage is starting to ramp up. So why you weren't trying to get out of that fight as soon as possible with your mobility on L'Oreal is an absolute mystery to me, because it's obvious the fight was lost and you weren't going to be able to evade and juke skill shots because there were no skill shots being used to kill you.
That mid turret for GameTV relatively low, and actually Eri taking XB to task in the top lane, taken relatively low as well. This wave pushing in could be where they opt to go for this pressure in the mid lane. Zuka rotating up, could be careful, but Beichan drops so low, just about able to get away, but this turret is certainly going to fall.
Genji was looking
for that.
that.
Make sure you watch out for that catch. Genji will spot it out. Pretty sure he saw him go into the brush, but there's Chi-Chi actually going to find it. The ultimate
getting ready for that 4th stack.
Has the 4th stack. There it goes. Here it pops. Pro will run away as the Alice not quite able to stand up to the damage that's being pumped out. Chi-Chi is able to pick up the kill. Alice, ooh, if they dash over the wall, they might have been able to find that. But there's another ultimate on to Beichan for Chi-Chi. Trying to find the turrets as well and continue to push, and there's XP having to dash away on that Zill. They're just putting so much pressure onto GameTV right now. They have so much pressure across the map.
Yeah, and the waves aren't in the best of spots for them to be able to follow up immediately. However, it has made GameTV reevaluate this situation a little bit more. Of course, it's increasing the gold lead ever so slightly. Not as big as it was last game, but still coming into play for SMG. If they would have made a little bit more of an effort to set up their side lanes or get the waves pushing before looking for those picks and really committing that dive into mid lane tower, which did kind of set things off, then they may have been able to push even further now. So they just need to make sure they're getting their lanes in order before they're making these bold moves. And because the Darkslayer was taken so early, it's going to be back on the field in 55 seconds.
Oh, PS, man, you're going to be a whole heap of bother. Has to dash away, burn the flicker as well. They're going to try and turn it on, but Hanzo is going to get dropped really low.
He's outside the heal radius.
Completely untouched on the side. Finally, it's going to get jumped on. All of the players almost surviving, and they are going to go through with a 1-for-1 trade and turn it onto Chi-Chi to find yet another. Liang is still up and ready to go. There is the double kill coming out, but XP has gone down. Serenia jumps over the wall, just about surviving, but it's not going to last long. Beichan on the side of that fight was untouched for so long, and you can see how SMG paid the price for it.
Yeah, and at the end of that fight, you're not going to be able to run away from Zuka. You've stalled as long as you could. You were able to get Hanzo and Liang out of the fight, which is good because the fight was lost. There's no way they're going to turn it around. Hanzo was so low going into that, and Eri just couldn't find the burst yet with too many bodies around the map. Couldn't find the right time to use that stun, get that shield, and start bursting down and squish your target. But moving back to what happened in that initial engagement where Murad was able to absolutely, well, the plan was for Murad to go in there and shred the health bars. Didn't go as much as he wanted to. Got some good damage in, but ultimately will fall down prior to that.
Take a look at what Violet has bought as well. You've got the Death Sickle there, which is going to prevent One blow of fatal damage, which, of course, with that Murad could be the difference between life and death. However, with enough damage being pumped out, it won't matter too much, but they need to find the picks. It's that trade-off. If GameTV continue to be able to keep Beichan safe on the side of the fights, they could be in with onto a winner. Liang is going to try and catch him up and pay the price. Actually, Pierceman goes for the stun. Zenial drops in. Now Beichan gets jumped on, and that is going to be the end of it. But Liang does go down. You see that death signal paying dividends as they are able to use it to great effect. But here comes the L'Oreal, late game L'Oreal. We've seen it before, and we're seeing it again now. That is a massive chunk of damage, so consistent coming out as Serenia picks up the kill.
Just a small nitpick I have to have with them. Every time, both times, last two times Zenial has used his ult in, the person he's been trying to save has moved out of the radius and not received the benefit of the heal and been forced out the fight. Yeah. Very small, I know, they're still winning the fights, but it's still winding me up a little bit here.
Oh, look at this, the Dark Slayer being started up again for SMG. Chi-Chi actually relatively low, but that lifesteal from the Soul Stealer will be able to keep him alive. They turn the fight though. He jumps into the heal zone. They're going to just continue onto the Dark Slayer. It did get the reset, so they might not want to continue on this. And actually, yeah, they are going to go for the chase. XB will be mobile enough though to get away from this. But look at that top lane wave presence coming out. Actually, XB does get caught out in the mid lane, and Serenia again picking up the kill. Already 3 kills on the board, and starting to rack up now as Hanzo jumps on towards Pierceman. You can see why L'Oreal is such a priority pick as well. There's the ultimate, missing Pierceman just about out of range. But they do get the turret.
Once you get to the stage where your cooldowns are low enough from L'Oreal to be able to dance around the fight gracefully, you become so obnoxious that it's impossible to shut you down unless you have some form of hard CC that's consistent. And we said that the enemy team has got hard CC. It's just not consistent.
They need to hit their skill shots and try and get the dashes as well. When you're coming up against such a massive tank like Serenia, and Genji is going to be backing him up with the stuns coming out left and right, you might even get a chance to try and land your skill shots, especially with damage Chi-Chi can pump out. And Liang as well, able to just dash in, and when Hanzo arrives in the fight, you know you've got problems.
Looking at where the lanes are at now, you see Zenial's making an earnest effort, and Ares is going to be doing the exact same thing. Get pressure on these side lanes, and then they're going to pick and choose the lane they want to attack. They're grouping around bottom mid, so I think they want to let Ares have some time to get that split push on. She's removed a portion of the wave, and the reason why you do that is it might generate what's called a slow push. You can get multiple minions in the same wave, so when it crashes against the tower, it's not 3 in a siege minion, it's 5 in a siege minion. It's more potent, it demands a more aggressive response from the defending team.
The defending team once more is GameTV. We saw them turtle. We saw them try and turtle last game. Didn't work out so well. They're the same situation now.
This is what I'm seeing right now. See how close the first and second wave are? They're right behind Ares. She's covering part of it now. Yeah. They shouldn't be that close. And it's because of that slow push she's been able to generate a double wave to hit that top tower.
Oh, Chi-Chi. Not quite able to find the damage probably looking for, but they have moved the enemies up towards the top lane and take that opening kill onto the turret. The mid gets down as well, and now they're going to engage the fight. Liang jumping in towards the back line. The shield's keeping him alive just long enough for the rest of his team to wade on in, but they are just going to start falling down. Hanzo's gone down already. Liang will get the revive as well. There are only Hanzo has gone down, but XB did get traded away. Chi-Chi very low, trying to go for the ultimate as well, but he is just going to be able to teleport back to the clone. Henry is going to try and chase on, but no stuns are going to land. Serenia just going to dissuade him. Genji as well could potentially get caught out if he's not careful, but has the turret to fall back to. They haven't even been able to breach that mid lane for GameTV.
They will do now. There's no way the
That's one hit from Violet. Ooh, that's a bit of damage onto Henry, teleporting straight up back. Again, that's the presence that Chi-Chi has in these fights. He's going to try to
hang on a minute.
Oh, Chi-Chi nearly.
Look at the top side of the map at the moment. Zenial's down at the bottom. He's trying to push the wave in. They would have got vision control of him, but this is where GameTV need to be retreating back now, because yes, Zill is up, but Zenial's going to be able to join the fight. If he forces Zill to go and answer the wave, he can join a fight and make it a 5v4. turn it around onto GameTV for the moving. And here it goes, Daniel should be able to jump in.
Hanzo is just going to jump straight on in and get the kill onto the PS man, but he is going to get res with that item, obviously, but going to get taken back down straight away. Hanzo dropped very low as XP jumps on in. As there's Pro on the back line, it's going to get taken down, by Liang, and SMG members just falling all over the place. Serenia very low as well. Last chance saloon for them as GameTV take a turnaround on what looked to be a dire situation.
Fortunately, the waves are working against GameTV, so it's very fortunate for SMG that it will take them slightly longer to get anything done, but here comes Murad and Airy. They should be able to hold this off, assuming they do not step too far away from that tower and take a fight that won't be beneficial for them.
No protection coming out for the Violet or the Zill this time on the form of Zuka, or the stuns coming out from PS Man. If Chi-Chi is able to get onto one of these guys, he will just burst them down, and look at that, he's so low. Has to teleport back because, of course, Zuka was there ready and waiting, and with Violet having so much damage in this late game, you can't afford to make that sort of mistake. They still have all their high ground turrets, though, and GameTV have a lot of pressure being pushed down.
Yeah, well, you gotta look. They're gonna have innate pressure from the siege minions going down mid and bot, but look at the wave in top lane. That's gonna push against GameTV, so that's gonna have to be answered whilst they have to maintain the pressure in the bottom mid lanes, because if anything goes wrong, they've now got a perfect window to attack every lane. Every lane is now an option to them.
They have to rotate perfectly from this point onwards. GameTV can't give an inch.
Look at they're checking every brush. They do not want to be caught by a trap. Typically, they would assume that if that wave that big is going to be up there, the SMG would take the initiative and go and set up some kind of trap to catch them in the rotation. Didn't do it this time, but it doesn't mean the caution isn't there from GameTV just in case. And they're setting up traps of their own. Liang is waiting here at the moment to see if someone will come on answer Zenial so they can make a 2v1. If not, they're going to have to take the fight a bit. They're going for the end of the game. Zenial's following up on him.
Zenial's following it up.
Violet's coming behind.
For it. Chi-Chi actually gets a kill in the fight over towards the mid lane, but they have to back off. Beichan is there, ready awaiting. The stun comes through from Liang. The damage isn't going to be quite enough. Beichan survives. Serenia, it's your last chance. You've got to go in. You've got to try and take it, but that's Beichan surviving through it all. They defend from the back door, and SMG are rebuffed once again.
The door is not over yet. Murad's about to take that top inhibitor turret. Here comes Hanzo from the side to apply pressure and stop them from coming back into it.
Are there. They might have lost 2 players, but the high ground turret falls. SMG
the mid wave is about to get into the base.
The mid wave is going to push in. The top wave's pushing as well. The bot to follow it up. There's Chi-Chi taking down the red high ground turret. They have threats from all 3 sides coming in. Chi-Chi tries to go for it, but gets taken down, has the resurrect available. SMG trying to
they got it!
Core. SMG put 3 games on the board, and GameTV, they looked so hopeful there, but they could not quite close it out.
What a ballsy play out of Liang on SMG to set that up and go in, knowing he could have the reinforcements from the Zenial to jump in and produce a 2-man advantage. You cannot take anything away from Beichan. That was a valiant effort to stop that and push them all.